Hurricane Helene is just hours away from making landfall on the Florida Panhandle. The major storm is bringing dangerous flooding, and it's not just us. The National Weather Service warns the North Carolina mountains could see record flooding.
Well, the westernmost part of our state is in the most danger, but we're expecting to see heavy rains and winds picking up in the Triad all overnight.
Let's start with our chief meteorologist, Tim Buckley, with where Helene is right now and when we'll see the brunt of the storm.
Yeah, thanks, guys. You know, the storm's pretty far away from us, but I'm still concerned about what we will see overnight tonight and tomorrow morning. Let's get right to it. Right now, the latest numbers on the storm, 125-mile-per-hour winds. It's about level with Tampa, but it's going to hit this part of Florida called the Big Bend later on this evening. We'll be showing you that at 11 o'clock. It has popped an eye now at this latest hour, which does show it still has more strengthening to do as long as it is over water. Still expected to be a Category 2 hurricane inland in Georgia, and then it curves toward the North Carolina mountains. That's the storm center. What I want you to know about our weather here tomorrow, we're going to have three main threats. The gusty winds, number one, also the flooding rain potential, and number three, that would be the tornado chance. So wind gusts 35 to 45 miles per hour. That's the morning to the midday tomorrow. Rain bands of 1 to 2 inches extra on top of what we've already seen, and be ready for possible power outages, possible tornado warnings as well. For the rest of the night tonight, we still have rain. Most of it is pretty gentle. There is a low risk of a tornado warning overnight. So have the phone close by, have the alerts turned on, but that risk is really low. By tomorrow after 5 a.m., this storm races in here. These are the bands that could cause us trouble. We'll watch for a couple of tornadoes across North Carolina. That threat is here in our area, so we'll have to be on guard for it. And we'll keep you posted, of course, of any warnings live on air and on your phone. This is that tornado risk for Friday across all of North Carolina. There are a few warnings right now. One in the Raleigh area, one by Georgetown, South Carolina, one in Florida. Plan on the rain to continue tonight, and then for tomorrow, once we get past about noon to 2 p.m., most of the rain is quieting down. Most of the wind is leaving us. We'll have more details on this forecast, including some flood potential happening now in Wilkes County coming up.
So with the highest impact expected for tomorrow morning, school districts around the Triad are canceling classes. Guilford County, Winds and Sound, Forsyth County, Alamance, Burlington schools, and Rockingham County schools will all be closed. Several other systems will also be closed, or they're moving to remote learning. The full list is on the bottom of your screen.
Our team coverage continues now. Our Amber Lake is heading to the mountains where some emergency crews have already been deployed there from the Triad. But first, WFMY News 2's Joseph Leonard joins us now with the storm preparations being done here in the Piedmont Triad.
And while the storm hasn't even made landfall along the Florida Panhandle yet, some areas are already seeing heavy rain and flooding. Power and DOT crews have spent the past few days preparing for the worst. Duke Energy has divvied up 10,000 employees across North Carolina to respond to Hurricane Helene, from line workers to tree trimmers and damage assessors. And even though the storm has not made its way to North Carolina yet, crews are hard at work already.
We've already seen some outages today up in the higher elevations, all down trees, the kind of scenario you expect to see in this type of an event. And our crews have been out restoring those. We've been upgrading poles and wires in the Triad and across the state, making them stronger and more resistant to severe weather. And
the North Carolina DOT also has more than 2,600 employees spread across the state. They'll work to drain flooded areas, open and close hazardous roads, and clear debris. And while we're not in the eye of the storm right now, the message stays the same. Stay off the roadways and instead stay safe inside your home.
If you see water topping over the road and you can't see the road, you shouldn't even try to drive through that. Whether there's a barricade there yet or not, you don't know if the road underneath has been compromised in some way. If there's been a washout or something, the road might not even be there.
Another piece of advice from experts: if you see a downed power line, stay far away and always assume they're carrying a charge.
Well, further to our west, tornadoes have already been forming. This one was spotted yesterday in Blowing Rock. This was taken right near the outlets. And earlier today, a possible tornado spotted in Charlotte. This video was taken in the Steel Creek area, which is just about 15 minutes northwest of Carowinds.
Now, WFMY News 2's Amber Lake is headed to Asheville right now, where landslides are a concern. Also, the mountains on high alert too. Amber.
just a bit because we are driving through this mountain area, but we are about 20 minutes out from the heart of Asheville, and the rain has picked up quite a bit. I'm going to see if I can turn the camera around so you can see the roadways. This is what we're dealing with right now. We have heard that a lot of crews have already made their way out to western North Carolina so far. We heard that Duke Energy's out here, Winston-Salem Fire Department is out here, Greensboro Fire. The Greensboro Urban Search and Rescue Team headed out last night. This team uses technology to see where they've searched and where they haven't searched and how the area has changed since the weather has come through. Unlike the coast, where water stays around for a long time, Greensboro Fire says they expect flash flooding in the mountains as well as landslides and mudslides.
So one of the things that we're looking at right now is they've already received up to 9 inches of rain in some areas up in the mountains. So we know the grounds are already saturated, and with the amount of rain they're expecting to come in, we fully anticipate there may be some road outages, structural collapses, landslides.
Other counties farther west have been taking preparations all week. Wilkes County opened its emergency operations center by as well.
We'll definitely see some flooding in the low-lying areas. We do have several roads in the county that normally flood every time it rains, heavy like this. We will see lots of trees down. There's already been several today that the fire departments have been responding to. The Department of Transportation, they are getting their equipment ready so they can start road closures if it needs to be.
And check for Amber's reports tonight on WFMY News 2 at 11 when she arrives in Asheville. Track Hurricane Helene's path now and get the latest updates about the major storm that will impact several states on the free WFMY News 2 app.